Another year that I remained above ground, and I'm hoping for many more for me and you. Hello, friends, and yes, we are friends. Sorry, whether you like it or not. We meet each other in public sometime, I promise you. I'll treat you like a friend because I consider it that way. Treat people good. And a lot of folks right now, it's the new year and they're talking about resolutions and all that kind of stuff. I think the best resolution I could ever come up with is I want to treat people good. And if that's the resolution every year, I'm fine with that. So treat people good. Treat your friends, families, strangers, coworkers, whatever. Treat people right. And if we all treat each other right, then we're good to go. But today, the friendly neighborhood mail lady and the fine folks at Suntup Editions, my friends at Suntup Editions, have treated me right. They've hooked a brother up. And I've got a couple of Suntup books. One I'm going to show you right now. And it is the numbered edition of the Magus, or whatever you call it. The Magus. I read this book by John Fowles. I only read it because of Suntup Editions. I found out they were going to be publishing the book. So I said, I want to read that one. I had already read The Collector. The only reason I read that one was because of Suntup Editions. I found out they're going to be publishing that book. I read The Collector. I liked it. I read The Magus. I loved it. And then I didn't like it. And then over time, looking back, I started thinking, I liked that book. It's something that it made me feel. It made me wonder. It made me want. And as the book went on, and the problem I had with it was kind of with the way it ended. When I got there, it's not what I wanted. It's not the ending that I wanted. It wasn't a bad ending. It wasn't the ending that I wanted. And I kind of held that against the book. And then over time, looking back on it, thinking about that book, I think fondly. I remember I enjoyed reading it. I liked reading it, and I liked wanting to know how the story was going to go. We got some resolution. I just didn't get the ending in the way I wanted it, and I've learned I can't always hold that against the story. Now, this is the first video I made of 2024, and I had all these plans. I want to do this kind of a video and that kind of a video. What happened in 2023 and what are my favorites of this and what am I going to do and all that kind of junk. And then the holidays stuff happened and I found there were more things that I wanted to do in my time from Christmas up until the first few days of the new year that didn't involve doing those videos that I wanted to do. So when I'm looking at doing those videos, all of a sudden the friendly neighborhood mail lady shows up with stuff and I don't want to wait to open these boxes. I want to get them open, get them in my grubby mitts and get them on my shelves. So the plans either get put off or deleted, one or the other, we'll see. But I want to take a look at this heavy box, this heavy book. The Magus was a pretty thick book. I don't remember the number of pages, but we'll see here how many pages Suntup's numbered edition comes up with. But it was pretty thick. I told you I read The Collector. It was a lot longer than The Collector. But this book is heavy. And the story is about this character that's not really a likable character. A young guy, he might even kind of have the world by the balls a little bit. Maybe a little bit too smart for his own good. He takes a teaching gig on this Greek island that's kind of out of the way, a remote Greek island. And he seems to stumble in to this place owned by a mysterious rich guy. Reclusive, mysterious. There's people talking, but not a whole lot of information or details. And he seems to make friends with this guy. And the guy seems to be manipulating situations and people. And you all don't always know what's going on. It takes a while to start to figure it out. You think you do, and you don't. You figure it out later on, perhaps. But this guy is good at getting people to play along, where you believe that this isn't real, but you also believe that he wants you to pretend it's real. And so the characters play along, and you're left wondering as a reader, and the characters in the book are left wondering, are they playing along, or are they trying to work me? while I'm playing along. And that's where it kind of drew me in. I wanted to know. I wanted to know, did this person really care about this person, or are they just working whatever? I wanted to know that kind of stuff. And the book was good. It was one that I wanted to keep getting back into it. I wanted to know how this was going to end. So Suntup Editions delivers like they always do. And here's my numbered edition. The numbered edition is sold out. I think they published 250 copies. We'll verify that here in a minute. The artist edition is still available on Suntup's website. So the artist edition did not sell out, or has not sold out yet anyway. And it's good. I didn't get the artist edition. I bought the numbered edition. I recommend the book. I did enjoy it, and it seems to get sweeter with time. As sometimes I'll read the finish of a book, I don't get the finish that I want, and it stings because this didn't happen or that didn't happen or whatever. And in this case, that sting sort of went away. And now I think back about it fondly, and that's where I'm at this book. I do really like the Magus. Probably, I would say it's a better book than The Collector. But it's hard for me to say that because I did like it also. Both books come with some mixed reactions. Some folks hold some things against them. But this is Suntup Editions and how they pack this stuff. They're making sure that what I get is going to be great when I get my hands on it. So they go through the extra expense, effort. They end up, like any business, they are passing the cost on to the customer. But I dig it. I want my book to be in tippity-top shape when I get it. And there's no publisher that I deal with. Some of the other ones are good too. Levidian does this kind of stuff also. But no publisher do I have the same kind of confidence that my book's going to be able to survive anything that it comes across along the way than Suntup Edition. So I dig it. I appreciate it. But they got the foam. The books fit in the foam. And as you can see right away, there's extra stuff in here. So one of the things that we expect from Suntup, because we've always gotten it, is the custom book-specific bookmark featuring some of the artwork from the book itself, from the illustrator. And in this case, we have illustrations by Mark Burkhart, a foreword by the author, introduction by Christopher Priest, who wrote the Prestige, a great story. I'd like to get a signed first print copy of the Prestige. That's on my bucket list of books. It's on there. I want to get one of them, but I don't have it yet. Afterward by Eileen Warburton. But there it is, the Suntup Editions bookmark. A neat addition to the collection. You can see I got them stacked up here. I put the bookmarks in these little protectors that I buy on Amazon. And it's just what I do and the way I do it. Now, all of the numbered and lettered editions come with this. I'll take it out of the package and show you kind of what it looks like here. But it is a wooden engraved tarot card, and I want to take it out without messing things up, so I don't want to. Got to be very careful because it is delicate. Olive ash burl wood veneer, and it's laser engraved, and I'm trying to open it so I can show it to you without all the shiny glistening whatever, but I'm going to store it in this plastic bag, and if I ruin it, it's my fault. Anyway, let me get it out of this little thing here and I'll show you what it is. It is thin and it is flexible, and I think that means it is delicate. So I got it. These things must be done delicately, like the Wicked Witch of the West said. But there it is. It does look cool. You can see that wood grain in there. And one more again. Let me show you the picture on the front of that tarot card. But that's that. Those are some of the accessories that came with this book. I'm going to take the book out of our form-fitted foam. I like saying that. I like saying form-fitted foam. It feels good. It sounds good. And now this book came in a clamshell tray case It's cloth covered, and it has, I'll show you real quick, this leather label on the spine. It just looks good. You can see that there with the gold foil stamping, John Fowles, the Magus Suntup editions. But the cloth covered, I love these tray cases. And like I said, it's a big, thick production. Nobody does these tray cases better than Suntup editions. I love slipcase books, and I love tray case books. Typically, most publishers, you're going to get something like a tray case with a lettered edition. But Suntup editions is different. For one, this numbered edition costs more than lettered editions from a lot of publishers out there, so it's only natural that you're going to get fine crafting and quality. But at the same time, most publishers' lettered editions are nowhere near this good of a quality. But I like slipcases also. A lot of my books and a lot of their books have slipcases. You can see the spine of the book. I like that too. But anyway, from time to time, to be able to get a sweet, and this is sweet, tray case is always nice. Nice. So thanks to Suntup for hooking us up with this one here. And inside, it feels like felt or velvet. I don't know. I'm not a materials expert, but it's soft and it's beautiful. Feels nice on all sides there. And you can kind of see how the tray case opens and closes. Voila. But let me get this book. Man, the book looks nice. You get this book out of this tray case without dropping anything. Rule number 1, don't drop it. Here we go. We got a quarter leather spine, and you can see, gosh, it looks nice. Check out the leather. Quarter leather. I'm no expert on this terminology, but it doesn't go all the way around. It comes around and goes over a little bit, and then we got cloth covered here. And on the cover, you can see that inset art print, and it does look good with our cloth boards, cloth covered boards. It just looks good. Check out our binding, that Smith sewn binding, and Suntup always does it great, and this is no exception. What I want to do with the Suntups is you're going to have your signature page in the back. So I want to look in the back, see my signature page. This is copy number 16 of 250 numbered copies. It is signed in person by Christopher Priest, Eileen Warburton, and Mark Burkhart, who did the illustrations for this book. The end papers. We got custom end papers that are letterpress printed on Hanamule Bugra. I think that's a phrase. I don't know. Hanamule Bugra paper there. It looks neat. It looks cool. There is, well, we'll just go through this stuff. There's our illustrated frontispiece. It looks good. There is, let's see what else we got here. Let's just take a look. All right, so here's one of our illustrations right here. It is beautiful. Mark Burkhart artwork. He makes an arc. But anyway, looks great, Mark Burkhart. I like the style. It sure feels right for the book itself, for the story itself. One of the things that Suntup Edition seems to work pretty hard on is they try to match artists and art styles and stuff like that with the work itself. And this is no exception. It just looks right. It feels right. In here somewhere there's a fold out, and I'm going to try not to miss it and show you there. It's got not only the artwork from the dust jacket of the artist edition by Mark Burkhart, but on the other side, or the back side, it seems like it's going to have the Tom Adams first edition dust jacket artwork, or reproduction of it is what I read. So we're flipping through here, showing you these tarot cards. I'm going to try to find that fold out. If I miss it flipping through, I'll go back and find it. Just some more of these tarot cards throughout. They really fit the story. It really feels right. And that's another thing you come to expect with Suntup Editions. One way or another, you're going to get your art. You're going to get your illustrations. You're going to get you get your money's worth. But the fold out artwork right here. How do I show you without dropping things? So there is Well, let's do a better job of that. How about this? We'll do a better job. Always do a better job. There is the dust jacket artwork that you would get on the artist edition of this book from Suntup Editions. And then here on the back, like I said, or like I read, is the original dust jacket artwork from the first edition. And it's a cool feature, a cool addition. If you've got the artist edition, you can flip that thing over and choose the other artwork if you want to display on your shelf inside of your slipcase, and be a nice option. Maybe I ought to exercise that option and order me an artist edition so I could put it on the shelf like that. But as usual, a beautiful, excellent production from Suntup Editions, and I want to say better than usual. So they make great stuff. They always do. I'm always happy with what I get, but this is nice. This is maybe a notch above what you kind of expect, what I kind of expect. I'm pleased with the quality, pleased with the beauty, the production, the artwork. John Fowles, I've only read 2 books, The Collector and the Magus, but I liked them both. They're not stories that I'm going to recommend to everybody. My wife says, hey, what's a good book to read? She doesn't really read the same stuff I do anyway. But I'm not going to say go read John Fowles to my wife. She's probably not going to like it. Maybe, I don't know. She might surprise me. But it's a book that I read knowing that some people didn't dig this kind of stuff, and I did. So great books and a great work from Suntup Editions. With that said, I can think of no more lies to tell. So thank you for your time. I do truly appreciate it. C'est la vie, baby.